Good morning, Crypto Chaos. How's it going, guys? Good morning, good morning. Another day. Wake up, get out of bed. Do it all over again. Oh, jeez. What a day, guys. We have more earnings reporting today for the tech sector. I think we get some data today, but the big data comes out tomorrow. And we're all just kind of waiting on the sidelines. Bitcoin, opening up this morning. Tight. Can I please have some more? Can I please?
Go. Tight. Yes. Do it like a tiger. Yes. Really? Yeah, like a tiger. Yes.
I like a tiger blood,
man. Winning. Ah, man. What am I talking about? This. My little scribble from last night. I can't do chaos magic anymore, guys. I'm barred from doing that at the current location I'm at. But we're still waiting on this to play out. We're still on a bear trend, right? So we want to make sure that you guys know that. Waking out of bed this morning, ever since the 10th of November, we have continued this downward trend, and they will not give it to us. The bears will not give us any sort of rebound just yet. So we're continuing to test this area here. More than likely, we will probably see only a high of 92 today, until maybe tomorrow. Again, we have more jobs data coming out tomorrow.Maybe that's going to be enough to convince the market to continue to rebound. All right. Moving up and getting back in the pleasantries, guys. This morning, good morning. Debla Nerd. We got Ben Lawrence working, but also listening to us weirdos. What's going on? Good morning, guys. Good morning. We got what's this? Funny Color says he overinvested in gold and silver. Neb saying I'm overinvested in everything. Jeez. And Danny saying good morning. Yes, let's get go Otaku time when green. I want to say soon, man, but until we see reversal. I don't know. It's not looking great, guys. Not looking great. All right, so that's what we're looking at this morning. Easy's passing out the coffee. We will survive in the end, says Danny. Of course, we will survive. We may get digital AIDS, but we survive. And Danny agrees. How's it going, guys? When doom? More doom, possibly soon. By the market open bell, we could probably lose this right here. Come back down and retest 89. We did get a little bit of a higher low as of yesterday. So we're not all doom and gloom this morning, right? It is possible that we do get just another run up here. We're getting tighter and tighter every day. Maybe we're going to do this again. We continue, we drop, we continue, we drop until about, my God, how long can we do this for? Right about here. If we want to go out this far, tonight, right around the market bell, open for the foreign market. That would be the most boring price action ever leading into tomorrow. My bet's definitely not on that. But, we're squeezing, man. We're really squeezing. I'm about ready to squeeze the rest of whatever else is out of the market. So between now and, of course, the end of tonight, we could see some massive move to the up or downside. And as of right now, there's no major catalysts for crypto anyway, other than just everyone buying this dip. So we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. Let's get back in the chat. Yes, thoughts on XCN Binance delisting futures. Binance delisting futures on XCN. Ah, man, I did not know about that. It's not good for XCN, I guess. Down right now at 205. We did see Jasmy reclaim 201 though, so we did get back to a penny here last night. Right now trading a little bit lower, but it got damn near a penny with 2085. So we did see a little bit of a rise out of Jasmy in the last 24 hours. As of yesterday morning, it's up about 12%. But other than that, I mean, the market's been pretty much stale, right? Stale. Bitcoin right now, it's sitting at 91,000. All right, guys, let's take a look and see what we got going on. I want to show you guys the metrics before we get into today. We got about 3 minutes to the open bell. The stock market yesterday ended in 11 in extreme fear. Extreme fear. So, guys, I don't think we're going to get over this until the holidays. Maybe next week we get some good news. The White House has been pretty quiet this week with the whole Jeffrey Epstein thing. We covered that last night with Tinfoil Hat Tuesday. I did not mean to make it all about Epstein last night. It just happened to go that route because I wanted to rip the Band-Aid off of Satoshi and Epstein and that entire debacle, whether or not he was associated with him or he knew him, which I pretty much debunked last night. If you guys didn't catch that, we found that on the live. And then, while we were doing that, they were voting for the Epstein files to be released. So did not plan for that to happen. It just did. That's how things go. All right, so before the marking bell, we're sitting at 12 in extreme fear this morning for the stock market. And crypto right now, the overall sentiment for crypto fear and greed is also an extreme fear at 15, same as it was pretty much last night as well. So we're gonna, of course, watch that market bell open here in a minute. All right. Tuesday, Jesus, Ben. Damn. Yeah, yesterday sucked. That's the worst kind of Tuesday, right, Ben? Oh my God. Okay. Nebula Nerd says ABT is limit only market on Coinbase. Things are getting tricky for real. Yes, tricky for real. Bad touch Tuesday. There you go. That's a little better, Ben. I got a little better of a Tuesday. Oh my God, dude. Holy crap. All right. So yeah, Bitcoin right here. My bets are maybe coming down, making a lower low, or maybe even a lower low. Hopefully a higher low as we get this day started. We need some good news, man. We need some good news. All right, so let's get over there. Make sure we don't miss the bell. It's going to happen in about a minute. I don't want to miss it again because I've been pretty scuffed since I've been on this trip. All right, I got it on the corner over here. What else can we check before they open up? How's the Dixie doing? Dixie is coming up, guys. That's a bad omen. That's a bad omen. 99.82 this morning. More than likely we'll hit 100 if the tech sector is shaking even more. It didn't look that good on some of the headlines this morning. So take a look at some of the headlines. Target cuts profit outlook as shoppers look for deals, make fewer store trips to Target. They're cutting a lot of employees and possibly stores next year. What else do we have here? Stock futures rise with Nvidia earnings ahead. S&P 500 tries to snap 4-day losing streak. I think Nvidia was up like 1.5 on the pre-open. What else do we have here? Porsche reveals all-electric Cayenne's SUV. Stocks making the biggest moves pre-market. Target, Lowe's, Viking, bullish, and more. Mortgage rates hit highest level in a month, pushing loan demand down 5%. Guys, the cheapest time in history it's been to rent right now. Trump calls for ABC license, and okay, yeah, I'm just making sure we're not going to miss the open bell. Yeah, we're good. ABC license to be revoked after a reporter asked about Jeffrey Epstein files. Come on. The whole world's asking. The stock market is counting on Nvidia. Here are the whispered numbers. And yeah, it's kind of a boring morning. We got the morning bell, guys. Let's go. Let's go.
We're looking at futures. Really little changed here after 4 days of drops on the S&P. NASDAQ futures also not moving much, nor are Russell futures. We've got, quite fittingly, an AI infrastructure acquisition SPAC ringing the opening bell on the NYSE. And this, I think, really focuses the mind on the question the market is asking. Is all of this CapEx going to be rewarded with return on investment? You got big brothers, big sisters ringing the bell down at the NASDAQ market site. Fun day, fun activity for them, and a really great charity to participate in or to give to. Danny, in terms of the stocks that we're watching, I guess one stands out front and center.
Yeah, it's going to stand out throughout the day. If it ends the post-market session this way, I mean, it will be impossible to know. But NVIDIA at the moment is up 1.4%. I mean, look, the direction of this monster stock will dictate the direction of the entire market when it reports after the bell today. Options imply a move of 7% in either direction, which is about $300 billion in market cap. So we could add that, we could take away from that. But from its peak in October, Matt, NVIDIA is already down 12.5%.
All right, we are also focused, though obviously less so, on retailers. Target is the latest retailer to narrow its profit forecast as consumers get picky. Target cited discounts as well as softer demand for the revisions. Those shares are down 2.4%, but NVIDIA is obviously the most important company to watch in this market, the biggest company in the history of the universe. And joining us from San Francisco is a man who knows this company well, Bloomberg Tech co-host Ed Ludlow.
Who we got?
You're going to sit down
with
Jensen Huang for an exclusive interview after the earnings this evening.
6 p.m.
What do we need to get set up for the results?
Yeah, there are very high expectations. You know, at a minimum for NVIDIA to move the needle, they'd probably have to far exceed consensus, which is more than 50% revenue growth, more than 50% net income growth.
I wonder if they're going to mention the new DeepSeek company out there right now.
But, you know, the calculus for NVIDIA is quite simple. You know, 40% of their customer base is the hyperscalers plus Meta. And collectively, they are forecasting CapEx growth beyond 30%. And it simply comes down to, for many investors and the industry writ large, is that CapEx forecast right? And does Jensen Huang signal any sense that actually they won't go through with it? Loads of questions: depreciation of older chips, the circular financing thing, and bigger picture, longer term, electricity. Is it there or is it not? But it's a very high bar, and there is, as you guys know, increasing skepticism around the revenue generation of those that use GPUs from NVIDIA to train models and the software side, but also, you know, valuations right now more broadly.
Ed, and you're, of course, going to be sitting down with the man himself, Jensen Huang, at 6:30 tonight. You mentioned some of the big questions outstanding for the company itself. What is your top priority in your conversation with Jensen Huang? What will you be asking the man?
Yeah, I think that depreciation is very top of mind for a lot of people at the moment. But long story short, NVIDIA commits every year to having a brand new generation of GPU. And there is a high concentration of customers that have millions and millions of now obsolete GPUs running in data centers that are pending being swapped out for the latest cutting edge chip. And there are two ways of looking at it. You can either say, well, those older chips are running at 100% utilization, and so just swapping them out is a good thing. But you then have to look at the balance sheet of those companies that bought the older chips and how they are working that out mathematically if they are to be depreciated. And then, yeah, I kind of mentioned it before, but Jensen Huang really has a lot of confidence about the staying power of this infrastructure build out. But he only controls one side of the supply chain. There are lots of questions about whether they see material ability for this country, in particular the United States, to supply electricity or the energy that's needed. So that will be a big part of the conversation.
All right, Ed, great to get some time with you, and really look forward to both your program at 11 a.m. Ed, of course, co-hosts Bloomberg Tech with Caroline Hyde, and he will, as I said, sit down exclusively with the CEO of NVIDIA, Jensen Huang, live at 6:30 p.m. Wall Street time. So tune in for that. You can hear it on Bloomberg Radio. You can watch it on Bloomberg.com. Business leaders are raising red flags around tech valuations as investors better understand the economics around AI. Here's Algebra's CEO.
All right, we're going to mention it. I forget the name of this new company.
We're not going to find $2 trillion of revenue to justify the AI revolution, which I think is impossible by 2030, given the level of public debt around the world and where taxes need to go to pay for this debt. The likelihood is we're going to have a significant correction.
Joining us around the desk is Morgan Stanley Senior Portfolio Manager Andrew Sliman. He sees the current volatility as classic late cycle behavior. So, first of all, it's great to have you here in the studio.
Thank you.
We're typically down the line with you. So, when you say late cycle volatility, that makes me think we're nearing the end of possibly a bubble. Is that how you see it as well?
Yeah, the question is, the late cycle can last 4 or 5 years, or it can last like in 2021 for 1 year. And so I think I would argue that all this skepticism about this big technological revolution we're having is good news, because it's keeping the valuation, it's keeping the bubble down in these stocks. Now, off the low of April, what I saw was the best thing to invest in were not the hyperscalers, it was the money-losing tech stocks. That did the best until about...
All right, guys, all right. I think I'm already spent from this morning's open. Okay, so $2 super chat coming in from Braveheart McFreedom. Thanks again, Braveheart McFreedom, for supporting the chaos this morning. Saying, of course, he watched the Tinfoil Hat Tuesday replay, and it was fire. Thanks again, guys, for coming out. Yeah. Again, I apologize for making the whole damn thing about Epstein, but that's just what happens, man. That's just what happens. I'm just glad that he is not actually associated with Satoshi himself, but he did throw a whole bunch of money at the Bitcoin development team, and he wanted to, of course, be part of the crypto space to try to, incorporate the tax laws and everything a little bit in his favor. So yeah, I do want to, let's continue on and see what else we're talking about equities right now. Let's see what else we got here popping off on the open. I think we covered pretty much all the headlines this morning on CNBC. Let's take a look over at Fox Business this morning. Ackman says Mamdani's right to address affordability is right, but was wrong solution to New York City housing issue. Yeah, it's a mess over there. U.S. government strikes first of its new kind of AI deal with Perplexity. Speaking of which, guys, we might be having a DeepSeek 2.0, and there's a new company on the block called Moonshot. That's what I was trying to find this morning. I was like pretty sure it was Moonshot. I finally found it. So yeah, there's a new company called Moonshot out in China right now that might be producing AI models even cheaper than DeepSeek, which is already at tens of millions of dollars, now down to maybe like $4 or $5 million to train their latest AI model. Again, so we might be, I'm kind of keeping an eye on that, because we might be seeing another DeepSeek-like event, which of course shook all of tech down at the beginning of this year. That might be a good play into next year if we do see this massive sell-off towards the end of the year, like I've been expecting, which we're kind of already living through right now. But how much lower can we go is the real question. Let's take a look real quick and see how Bitcoin's holding up. 91,500, still tight. I have to go.
Tight. Yeah, tight like a tiger.
Jeez. Yeah, still tight. Still very tight this morning. And actually really surprising me, because by now we would have dumped. We would have dumped at the morning open. So we're already about 10 minutes after the morning open, and still holding in here with a higher low from yesterday. Gamma God saying $2 super chat. Let's go, Gamma. Thanks to Gigi for coming out last night. Sorry, she's like, just waking up after the chaos for the next layer of chaos. Thanks again, Gigi, for coming out last night with Nabs. I know, man, it was kind of hard to wake up this morning. We were up a little too late last night. Ben Lawrence says morning meanie and mini meanie. Jeez, yes. A draw on the chart where the whale touched you. It's always down here, man. It's always down here. You guys are stupid. Oh my God, Ben.
What are you, stupid?
Man, I love you guys. You guys are ridiculous. All right. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. I'm still expecting us to run into this wall. We need to break above 92, 93 to break out of here. And every day we keep chipping lower and lower and lower. At some point, something's got to give, right? Something's got to give. And the bears, of course, keep buying up all the lows. All right, speaking of which, let's take a look at the order books this morning and jump on over and see what CNBC is rattling on about. Let's take a look at the order books, of course, provided you for free by Kimba, the White Snow Lion on YouTube. Anime reference to those who know. Don't pay for something you get for free, guys. You already pay $15 a month for every other damn thing out there. Don't pay for another one.
What are you, stupid?
Boom. Okay. All right. So let's see what else we got here. Let's see. This morning we are building some support down here. It's just new. It's good to see this, but is it enough to hold? That's the question. So we are building new support in this range. We've been fighting 90,000. is now loading. A little bit right there, right? A little bit right there. And then we have, yeah, a little bit lower, 89,000, what we touched yesterday, is now a little stronger and a little bit further down here. Betting on possibly even lower, a new low at like 88, 87. Again, I've been calling for 87 now for, I don't know, guys. Well, how long has it been? 4 weeks, 5 weeks. Every time I talk about it, just add another week to it. But of course, my raise for concern at the end of October for that 87K that started popping up on the charts. And then 82, 83, 84, 85, still a little bit more green in there. But it looks like everything's kind of flipping more towards where we are bottoming out right now. So in the short term, it looks like it's possible we could still bounce. We have to wait and see how this plays all out. All it takes is a spook in the sector, the tech sector, AI sector, and we are going down with it. Possibly as low as 77. That's kind of a new area loading here right now for the bears to pick up even more cheap Bitcoin. All right, guys, that's what we're sitting at this morning. Let's take a look and see what the rest of TradFi is squawking about over in CNBC this morning. Again, don't pay for something, get it for free, guys. Newslive.com gives you all these news outlets for free.
So you have to value that as well. And so they continue to have the pole position. And then the questions around regulatory. Now, Paramount has some international assets. They got a broadcaster in the UK. There are certain things that could become a bit more difficult for Paramount in terms of the regulatory, but the overall...
All right, so they're still talking about Warner Brothers, and they're trying to, of course, find a buyer. Let's see what else we got here on Fox Business this morning. There should be a lot of political nonsense with, of course, the Epstein files being released with bipartisan support, right? So, yeah, looks like they're on break as well. All right, let's do another run back through to Bloomberg. Make sure we're not missing anything new here. Let's see.
Look at what the sectors
wow,
are doing.
6,600 on the S&P 500 right now.
I promise you that will be coming up shortly, that we have energy doing poorly. In the meantime, Netflix, there we go. I knew it was
more falling knives from Maximus.
Actually, I don't think this is it, Matt, because it says we're currently down 0.8%. If we can get a little refresh there, and we're currently up on the stock market. So maybe don't believe anything you're currently looking at, and I will leave it there now.
What the hell?
Right, this isn't it, right? We're up currently.
Well, I'm looking. I got to do
crazy
SPX L1 index GRR go.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're right. That's wrong.
Yeah.
Do we have another outage? Do we have another outage right here on the live?
Look at that. Matt, take it away.
I don't think it was typed in correctly, because I do see energy as the biggest loser by far, gapping more than 2% down, and the big gainer up more than 2% is communication services, which is what we call the hyperscalers. We'll sort that out behind the scenes. When we come back, TMX Group is stepping up.
All right, guys, we're going to go on a quick little break here, too. Holy crap. Andy coming in with a 20 super. Boom. Our resident whale.
Money now. Me money.
Keeping the show alive. Thank you so much, Andy, for your $20 super chat this morning. No, it's not Andy. Wait, your icon looked like Andy. That's Maximus Diamond Hands. Look what I did again to poor Max. Every time, man. Every time. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I thought I saw a little dog there in the corner. My eye. No, this is what happens when I'm squinting at the little monitors. Oh, geez, guys. Thanks again for supporting the channel, Maximus Diamond Hand. I appreciate it. And, of course, all the falling knives. Warning the chat every time, guys. I don't know if you've been noticing. And I didn't bring one of my knives with. I like to, of course, do the little juggling act with the knives. Yeah, don't be catching those falling knives, guys. Sometimes the best thing you can do is just sit and hodl. Sit on your hands and hodl. All right, it's okay. Whiskey goes into my coffee too, says Cliff. Yes, this morning is brought to you by, can you see it? A little bit of Malibu. Coconut rum. Yes. Coconut rum in my coffee this morning. My God. What a day, guys. What a day. Good stuff, though. Good stuff. Oh, yeah, that'll wake you up. That'll wake you up. All right. Yeah, honey, Dad wants to eat breakfast without the mask. What the hell? No. Always wear the mask, Mom. I'm always going to wear the mask, Mom. Oh, my God. You are such a troll, Ben. If you guys don't are familiar with what Ben's talking about, he made this. Of course, if you're not part of the Discord server, let's just start with that, I guess. Jump on over in the description down below, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,500 subs to give more wrenches away. I want to break YouTube's algorithm. All right, let's jump on over here and I'll show you, of course, what he's referring to. So, guys, if you're part of the Discord server, Ben had thrown this one up there. Of me sitting at the dinner table eating breakfast with my mom. What the hell? And she looks like a combination of Peggy Hill and Dexter's Lab's mom from Dexter. And I'm just eating Captain Crunch and Ovaltine with my Game Boy on the table. And I just said, "Why does my mom look like Dexter's Lab or Peggy Hill?" God, that's what we got. Geez, that's what she's referring to there. All right, for the chat, of course, catching up with you guys in the chat. Let's see what else we got here on, in the chat. It's okay, Otaku. Yep, whiskey goes into the coffee. What else we have here? Cliff says, it's so hot. I've never done that one. Coconut Malibu coffee. Dude, it's really good. It's really good. Coconut in your coffee is amazing, guys. Hopefully I have time to make some more coffee. To find something juicy to listen to this morning. Gavin Guy says, yeah, that's a good idea. I'm going to put a little shot in my coffee. Oh no, I'm a bad influence, guys. Holy crap. Oh man. Yes, GG, fire. Crazy. All right, let's go back into TradFi. We have still about 10-15 minutes, about 10 minutes till we jump into crypto news this morning. We need some good crypto news, man. Some good crypto news. What we got? Some top calls this morning. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really caring about this. Morrison Cole's cuts at Wells Fargo. Let's see what CNBC is talking about. Could be something good. Blue Owl Capital. Yeah, they have some sort of merger or whatever going on. I'm not sure. They got something going on. It's on the headlines right now on CNBC. Well, it was in the headlines earlier. I don't know. I'm already over it. All right. Let's see what Fox Business. Anything from Fox Business? They're always on break. Childcare becoming more expensive than rent. Yes, more doom.
Yep.
Let's go.
She's 43 years old. She's married to a 2-year-old. Lives in a 600 square foot apartment, and her parents give her money for childcare.
Because that's how expensive it is, and she's looking to change that.
Okay.
Wow.
And this is a decision that every family faces. Okay. Is mom or dad going to stay home?
Yep.
Are you going to get a
work
job? You're
or
gonna do
childcare?
Are you going to do childcare? What do you do to get around these costs?
So everybody through taxes should pay for everybody else's childcare.
GG, let us know how you're making it.
And one
That's
of the
crazy.
issues and the reasons it's so expensive is there's not enough labor. There's not enough employees willing to work in daycare centers to provide the childcare.
Okay, maybe fewer women will go to work.
Fewer, well, or men.
All men, yeah, okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's already happening.
Coming from here.
Yeah, gotcha, 100%.
Yeah, it's already happening.
All right, we're 17 minutes into the trading session. Dow Industrials up 30 points, 46,100. Look at the Dow winners. There are quite a few, I believe. Heading that list, we have the NVIDIA Corporation. They report this afternoon. That's going to be a market mover. Watch out. The S&P 500 winners on the screen, headed by Alphabet, followed by Freeport McMoran, GE Verona's on there again. Constellation Energy up $13. NASDAQ winners, headed by Alphabet, the other one. Constellation Energy, Lam Research, KLA Corporation. The 10-year Treasury yield, where's that? 4.11%. The price of gold, 4,100 and change, right there.
Oh, it's coming back up. Let's take a look at the gold chart.
Still under pressure. You're at 91.6 right now. The
They're
price
talking
of oil
about
is
us.
below $60 a barrel.
Just a brief second. Let's take a look at the charts real quick. So what's going on? Bitcoin's still holding this range. We're going to get squeezed today. We're to the upside or the downside. Let me flip a coin. Literally, it's probably more along the lines of it's definitely a bear flag. 60% to the downside, but it was heads. It was heads before I dropped the damn thing. So yeah, let's send it. Oh boy. All right, let's take a look at gold real quick. How's gold doing? 4,000. Well, it was 4,100 before we jumped on over here. Here on the 5-minute, it's looking a lot like Bitcoin right here in the terms of pattern. It's almost the same exact pattern Bitcoin's got this morning on the That's crazy. So maybe we'll see a breakout, but dollar is coming up though, so my bets are still to the downside in particular. Silver also down here, $51, 51, almost 52. Was it? I think it was Funny Colors said he was over diversified in gold and silver. Still not a bad place to be right now, honestly. Seriously, let's go. Let's take a look at bubbles. Let's look at the overall metrics. See what's going on with the overall sentiment. Let's see. Crypto Fear and Greed right now sitting at 15. Same place we were before the market opened. We got Fear and Greed for the stock market sitting in Extreme Fear, still at 12. Damn, I think that's 1 point higher than it was this morning, from 11 to 12 in the pre-market. And, of course, the Dixie, the dreaded dollar, still climbing, hanging out at 99.85. Will we see it fall down today? I hope so. I hope so. We need a win, guys. We need a freaking win. It's been brutal. Let's take a look at the day. The day, everything's kind of choppy, but for the most part, it's looking all right. So some big movers here keeping us up a little bit here. Almost 1% up on the day for the top 100. Top 200 down about 1/4 of a point. Yeah, we got the Zcash running back up to 12% again on the day. This thing will not slow down. It's basically it's exasperating all of everyone's attention. We've got Starknet up 37%. We got MYX up 32%. AB up 14%. Those are pretty much the big movers on the day. Let's take a look at the top 200 here. T-Fuel up 16%. And that's pretty much it. We got some meme coins here. I did mention Jasmine in the market open. Before the market opened, Jasmine moved up about 12% since yesterday, and now down about to about 6.7%. So a little bit of a move on Jasmine, recovering closer to a penny. All right, let's take a look at the top 100. What's down the most right now on the week? We're looking for 20s and 30s here for some really big opportunities. Dana is down 46%. We've got Aero down 32% on the week. IP Story, that's down 34% on the week, and Pump.Fun down about 30%. Those are your top movers on the downside. Anything else notable? Not really. Let's take a look at the monthly here, see what's down the most on the month. IP down 50% on the month. ENA down 43% on the month. Solana itself, wow, down 28%. Of course, one of the biggest L1s out there. Polygon down about 27. We got Mantle 40. I'm really not finding anything other than maybe SWE that I would probably throw some. I think SWE is down like the second or third most on the month. Down about 37%. Other than ENA, OKB, Bonk, Ondo, IP. It would be my top pick for sure. I think it would be SWE. I do like me some SWE at that price. Almost 40% off on the month. So that's my top pick on the top 100 here. On top 200 assets, let's take a look and see do the same thing. What's down the most on the week here? Soon down 42%. We got Humanity 22%. Concordium, it's about the same stuff we talked about yesterday and the day prior. Let's look at the monthly here. We're looking for 30s, 40s minimum. Zora's down 46%. Jido's down 52%. That's my number one pick here in the top 200. 40% off on XCN. Pith and Wormhole also down about 30% each. Damn. I don't know, guys. It's pick your winner. This is pick your own adventure kind of day, I think, on the top 200. I would be just kind of highlighting, I think, some of my favorite coins. Wormhole, XCN, Pith, and Jido. Jido's down just an enormous amount. 81% off on the year. Wow, this coin is dead on the chart. Could be a sleeping dragon next year. But my bets would probably be closer towards what have already been stacking. That would be maybe some Wormhole or XCN with a sprinkle of Jido or Pith. All right, guys. So that's my, of course, top picks for the day. And again, not financial advice. Just my 2 cents.
I'd buy that for $1.
All right, let's go back through one more run of TradFi and then rip the news out of the oven for crypto. Bloomberg's on break. CNBC is talking about Blue Owl terminates the merger of private credit firms. Oh yeah, they're backing out of the merger. That's what's going on. Yeah, they're backing out. Whatever. Okay. And then we got Fox Business. They're talking about Democrats split over Schumer, direction of party. Yeah, the party's dead, basically. It's a sad time for the Democratic Party. They need to figure out who is going to lead them and have some better values. I think they need to really stick to some better values for that party, for them to survive. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Fetterman can lead them into victory or something, or I don't know, maybe what's his name? Bernie Sanders. Maybe Bernie Sanders can, I mean, he's independent now, which is crazy. I mean, it's a weird world we live in right now. All right, moving on. Let's take a look and see what's going on with crypto, guys. Let's pull that out of the oven. Bitcoin.com news. The McRib comeback sparks a nudge as markets of Bitcoin traders reignite the crypto sauciest myth. It's back in the headlines again. We talked about this last week. The McRib chart, which every time the McRib comes out, Bitcoin finds its bottom and rallies. And yeah, hopefully this time's no different. Just in time for the holidays. God, this is from intern bra. Over on X, the McRib is back. Bitcoin historically goes up 2x after the McRib returns. Don't fade the McRib. Not financial advice. Yep, so there you go, guys. It's coming back. Let's see if I can zoom on in here and actually read some of this. According to the disclosure, McDonald's on November 11th, the cult classic McRib returned to select locations yesterday and will stick around where the supplies last. This is old. This is, I guess, been updated as of 21 hours ago, but it returned to the market on the 11th. It's been a choppy week across crypto assets, with Bitcoin sliding more than 13% over the past 30 days, downsiding, delivering the October in the 6 years to close in red. November has already notched the double-digit declines, adding that the timing of the slump arrives at McDonald's, brings back the McRib, the infamous McRib, and it's a snapshot now how Bitcoin behaved during the last McRib returns. Yeah, I don't know why they brought this back. There has to be an update here somewhere. I don't really see an update. I really don't. I'm not sure why they just nudged this back up to the top of the highlights. We already talked to this, of course, last week. All right, so anyway, we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. We're gonna have to watch it closely because it could actually come up today or fall today. 91,400 still holding after the market open. This is weird, choppy, sideways action after the market open. I was expecting a pullback, but look at this. We're in the middle of wicks right now. Dead center. Wow. On the 1 hour. That's crazy. All right. Getting back to it. What else we got this morning? Bitcoin price watch. The narrative collapse. Why Bitcoin's price drop is inevitable despite the ETF hype. And is it all a bubble? All right, so let's see if we can find some more Hopium and FUD articles to sift through. MasterCard selects Polygon to power verified username transfers. We talked about that yesterday. Kraken raises 800 million. Citadel Securities commits to 200 million. I remember reading that article last night before going to bed. It's nothing really huge. What else we got here? Let's take a look at how about Crypto Newsland? I've been there in a minute. Brazil moves to tax cross border crypto payments under the new foreign exchange rules. So they're creating new rules for crypto in their country. Senate banking chair plans crypto bill committee votes by December. This is big. Hopefully this will actually move us in the right direction. Tim Scott in December plans to vote on the crypto bill, aiming to define U.S. digital assets and rules and agency oversight rules. It says the bill will oversight rules for the USSC and CFTC and introduce new category called ancillary assets. A leaked Democratic proposal of DeFi regulation drew backlash over concerns that it would restrict decentralized platforms. And that's we're going right back to where we were. Wow. A few months ago. That sucks. If that's true, that we're going to still be fighting on this hill for the banks, basically, to custody your assets because they don't like DeFi at all. All right, moving on. So I don't want to dive into that. It's mostly fear and doubt and fuddy articles. New Hampshire approves first Bitcoin-backed municipal bond. to fund public projects. Crypto market bill nears full Senate vote after months of delays and revisions. Yes, as of 4 hours ago, maybe the market structure bill may pass this month before they go into recess for Thanksgiving. Whew, this is happening next week. I think this is it. This is the last week I think they had to work on it. The crypto market bill will be moving toward a critical phase. The Senate leaders outlined the schedule for committee next month. The strategy is an indication of a new impetus following the months of stagnation and rewritten drafts. New Senate Banking Chair Tim Scott says the committee plans to vote on the crypto market structure bill next month, so it's going to happen in flipping December and probably won't pass until early 2026. Damn, guys. Damn. Committees aim to accelerate legislative process. The dual committee review has taken longer than expected. Scott has expressed concern about the pace. He has stated that the drawn-out process has slowed the bill's progress, yet he knows that he now views the committee votes as increasingly likely. The new schedule follows extended discussions between the lawmakers who represent the different approaches to digital asset oversight. The Agricultural Committee is also prepared to launch its own timeline, which aligns with plans in early December activity. Senator John Boozman also noted his committee sees a growing urgency to create digital assets rules, and his sentiment now appears to be shared across both panels. So it's looking like it's going to happen next year, guys. I mean, we might get something passed, but even if we do get something passed in December, it's more than likely it's not going to be implemented until next year anyway, as I said, I think yesterday or the day before. The Senate recently revealed plans to release the crypto market bill this week to clarify the digital asset rules. The latest draft emphasizes the rejuvenated cooperation between the two sides and outline aspects in which the lawmakers now demonstrate consensus. Progress in the Senate also connects the action to the House. The Clarity Act was passed at the House earlier this year, and the Senate leaders have been trying to perfect their version. One of the main concerns is the classification system, which would assist in identifying those cryptocurrencies that are not subject to security regulations. Lawmakers continue to debate this point because affects regulatory boundaries and industry compliance. I thought we already had Howard Lutnick already come out and say we already know the difference between security and a commodity in our space. Political tensions influence the timeline despite the the visible momentum. Political friction continues. Scott has argued the Democratic resistance to contribute to earlier delays. Of course, they are in the deep pockets of the banks, and they want, of course, to get rid of DeFi. He has suggested that some members wish to avoid offering political gains to former President Trump. And of course, this will definitely be a big win for him because, we're going to be ushering in America to get hopefully a lead against other countries that are still, pulling punches for crypto policy in their own jurisdictions. These tensions contributed to missed deadlines, including Scott's earlier goals to move the bill to the end of September. However, the recent bipartisan draft and the new markup structure, our schedule, show that the lawmakers now prioritize the legislative process over partisan disputes, which is good. Industry watches congressional movement. Industry leaders have monitored the developments closely. Coinbase's chief executive noted that the recent progress has suggested that Congress could finalize the bill by December. The estimated timeline aligns with the Agricultural Committee December plans and reinforces growing expectations for action. Market participants have followed each update because the bill could define the long-term regulatory standards for digital assets in America. All right, guys. Well, there we go. That's the latest on where we are with the market structure bill. Yeah, it's we're running out of runway. We're running out of time. Oh, jeez. Who would have thought I would have gotten that juicy article from Crypto Newsland? I almost ripped them off entirely for the channel. Let's take a look at Daily HODL real quick and then jump back to TradFi. Oligarchs forced to pay $3 billion after the masterminding highly complex bank fraud scheme report. Two former Ukrainian billionaires will shed out more than $3 billion after they were found guilty of fraud, I guess. Arthur Hayes issues crypto warning, predicts only one altcoin will outrun negative US dollar liquidity. Can you imagine which one he's going to mention? It's probably going to be Zcash. He's probably going to mention Zcash. Let's see. Crypto veteran BitMEX co-founder Arthur Hayes predicts that only one altcoin will remain in an uptrend amid the market's ongoing tight liquidity conditions. In a new blog post says that the new privacy-focused Zcash has all the ingredients to outperform the crypto market in the weeks to come ahead for Bitcoin after it plummeted to $89,000 level this week, dragging its alts down with it. Over the weekend, I raised the USD stables positions in anticipation for lower crypto prices, says Arthur Hayes. The only crypto I believe that can outrun the negative dollar liquidity situation in the short term is Zcash, with an AI, artificial intelligence, big tech, and big government privacy across most sectors of the internet is dead. Zcash and other privacy cryptos using zero-knowledge proof cryptocurrency are humanity's only chance to fight this new reality. That is why former Coinbase and tech officer Balaji Sarvanisasan said that the others believe that the privacy meta narrative will drive crypto markets for many years to come. Early this month, Hayes said that Zcash could soar more than 3% or 3,000% from its current level due to the strength of the project's anonymous features and coin swap mechanics. I think that 10 to 20% of its value of Bitcoin quite quickly is something that Zcash could achieve. There is your $10,000 to $20,000 price target on Zcash. Zcash is trading for, at the time, $632 at the time of writing, and up more than 1,000% on the year. Meanwhile, Bitcoin's trading at 92,000, and this was, I think, as of last night, probably. No, early this morning. 92,000 before the market opened. All right, what else we got? Ethereum, Chainlink, and Cardano enter opportunity zones for recent trading. Fundstrat Tom Lee predicts Ethereum will bottom this week. This is the week, he says, guys. This one came out yesterday. I think we read that yesterday. All right, moving on, guys. Let's get back to, of course, the chat. Let's see how you guys are doing in the chat and pull up some more TradFi. Final impact on tariffs on inflation still to be seen. That's what they're talking about right now on Bloomberg.
On intermediate goods
live from
only,
Washington.
50% on consumption goods only. And that model found that if you impose tariffs on intermediate goods, it is also over time deflationary, and it boosts the unemployment rate by a little bit. In which case, how would you explain then the unemployment rate increasing from earlier this year, 4.1 to 4.3 or 4.4% later this year? What are the drivers?
Yeah, I mean, it's such a small movement that it's hard to say exactly. But I would say that one of the interesting puzzles is that, first we're having a productivity boom that is really unprecedented in the following sense that when I worked with Alan Greenspan back in the 90s, it was just at the dawn of the computer age, really. And they didn't even have Netscape Navigator when I first started working at the Fed, and so you had to use something called Gopher. I don't know if you're old enough to remember this, which really wasn't that good. And Greenspan had an intuition that the computer was going to revolutionize the economy and give us lots of growth. It was a big positive supply shock. And so then when the unemployment rate actually kind of went down, we had no evidence of the productivity. Remember, Robert Gordon was saying it's everywhere but in the data. But Greenspan decided not to hike rates because he believed that we were in the midst of a positive supply shock that was perhaps unprecedented. And we had a kind of 5-year run that's one of the best 5-year runs we've ever seen, even all the way to the point where the U.S. Fiscal situation was in surplus. And so I think that it's one of the great moves of Federal Reserve history that Greenspan saw, that it was a positive supply shock that would be both pro-growth and deflationary.
Yes, I have a...
You have more stuff about that?
Yes.
Okay, but I say that to reference today. It's really interesting that there's like evidence in peer-reviewed papers, or not quite peer-reviewed yet, but at NBER, which is kind of... A lot of my friends at NBR, by the way, it's a secret of NBR authors like myself, is that you'll very often take a paper and submit it to a journal and get the referee reports before you put it into the NBR working paper series. Because
I never get anything good out of Hassett. I never do. He just dodges everything. I don't know. I'm over it, guys. I wanted to make a coffee though, but yeah, since this is live at the White House right now. And Bloomberg's covering it. Hassett talking about the tariffs and the impacts are still to be seen. All right, moving on. I'm over it. Yeah, he's kind of a wet blanket. How you guys doing in the chat? Let's take a look here. Honey, what did I say about finishing the Eggos? You know, Dad can't eat corn pops for breakfast. I told you, don't put the the butter in the toaster. Oh God. Oh Jesus, Ben. But I like it like that. Understandable, Danny. Oh Jesus, you guys are crazy. Strawberry Dragon says I can only afford 2 kids, so we were only made 2. I can't spend all day making money in the rice fields. Says Strawberry. Damn, Strawberry. Did we get a response from Gigi on her kid's situation? Strawberry Dragons also said earlier. I'm trying to scroll up and catch up with you guys. Can we check out the Zbeck? Crypto JPEG wants to check out Zbeck. Still looking for any good entries. Yeah, we can take a look at that real quick. I'm jumping around the chat, guys, just forewarning you. I'm behind on the chat. Bitcoin coming up here to retest the bear flag. Sitting at breaking down right now. Back to 92, but we did wick all the way back up to retest 92.3. Again, really respecting this channel, guys. I'm telling you, it's really respecting this trend line. To the downside. We want to break through this. We want to go, man. We want to go. Send it. My gosh, guy. We keep squeezing. All right, so that's what's going on with Bitcoin right now. Let's take a look at Zbeck real quick for Crypto JPEG. Let's see what we got here. So I mean, Crypto JPEG, honestly, it's looking like it's creating newer higher lows. This is on the 15-minute though. Let's take a look at the hour on the daily. Let's go out a little bit here. It is getting tight here as well. I mean, you could wait for another pullback if you want. This is pretty damn juicy and low though, in terms of Zbeck. I mean, we haven't seen anything lower than this. We have to go all the way back probably the summer, right? Yeah, June, July. So this is a pretty good entry either way. Maybe don't bet the farm. Put in some now, put in some later. DCA a little bit further. But yeah, I mean, we haven't seen this low. We touched a little bit here back at the beginning of November. We rallied a little bit further up and then we came back down. But it's kind of like Bitcoin, just kind of tumbling like everything else since then. So if anything, I would maybe wait for a pullback. But how much more low are we going to go? How much more low can we go? Let's take a look. The next level we'll be retesting would be right around 2023, 24. So that would be right about here. And then beyond that, the big one would be 202 flat. 202 flat. That might be the end. I don't think we're going to go much lower than that. And surprised we're even as low as we are now on Zbeck since that big breakout in the beginning of the year. And it's still holding up my portfolio, man. All hail the great Zbeck. But anyway, yeah, right now is a good entry, honestly. If you wanted to wait a little lower for maybe that juicy 2.4, I wouldn't expect a 2 flat, but that would be the next level we would fall. All right, so those are the next levels if you wanted to maybe do some big DCA opportunities at those positions. Let's get back into it, guys. What else we got here in the chat? I got real cats. What? Ben Lawrence said, sadly, more no Simon Cats. Oh, geez, bobbing. He's pushing, of course, the Simon Cat back in the chat. Let's see what else we have here. When never, 60% soon. Soon, guys. At some point, something's gonna give, man. Someone's gonna want to buy an F-ton. Mike, just to remind you as well, Monday, MicroStrategy bought basically $1 billion worth of Bitcoin on Monday. Another 10,000 coins. Ben Lawrence says, funny thing about the kids, you'll figure out how to make more and also more content. They are also the first and second. Oh, geez, Ben. Okay, unaffordable, understandable. Yeah, I'm talking about, you guys are talking about the, children are such a blessing, says Gamma, and the cost of them. I'm very protective of my daughter, says Gamma. I'm blessed enough to be able to take care of her 24/7. We'll be doing homeschooling. Damn, that's crazy, Gamma. That's crazy. Hopefully you're working from home. I would take it. That would definitely be an easy way to take care of your daughter. Let's take a look and see. Braveheart Freedom says, I put organic coconut milk into my coffee every day for years. That sounds really good. Really good, Braveheart. That's definitely a really good creamer. I bought more ZBEC at 2028 yesterday, says Braveheart. Just a bit, most suspectly on Xano privacy platform. I say privacy because devs can build privacy on Xano network, and the tech is the best in privacy in the industry. I have to agree with you on that. We did deep dive into Zcash, Monero, and Xano one day. We were bored, and we did it. And yeah, I do like Xano's technology just a little bit better because it's not a option for privacy, right? Whereas Zcash is. You have to opt in for privacy. It's not just by default a privacy coin. And that's the thing I think people don't really quite understand when they're talking about Zcash. Monero, allegedly they said they can hack it and they can see exactly where the transactions are. But I think at the end of the day, when it comes to everything, I think the whole privacy thing is a little bit overblown. How much privacy do you really need? That's the real question. And what are you doing that you need all this privacy? I guess that's what I need to know. All right. Let's see. Let's take a look and see what's going on with Bitcoin. Still Bitcoin chopping around 92,200 this morning. We got here on the 15-minute. Coming up still a little bit here. It's trying to honor the bottom now in this squeeze, but we are at the top. We are still at the top. Yeah, we're still at the top. Possibly, yeah, coming back down here and retesting, 90,200 if we do not see a breakout within the next 15 minutes. All right. It is trying, though. It's really trying. Let's get back over to, the news. Round up the news. Biden gives the flashback. Fist bumps? Oh my god, this stupid stuff that Fox Business covers. Oh my god, this is complete nonsense. What a waste, what a brain rot this is for the business industry to watch this crap. Alright, let's go back over to Bloomberg. Oh, they still have Hassett on there. Oh my god. Unemployment's a little higher. I guess we can give him another few minutes. I really don't want to listen to him.
How do they deflate
I just want to slap him.
Because communications equipment is basically like computers.
What are you, stupid?
And went back and looked, and communications equipment, rather than dropping 15 or 20% a year, was going up like 2 or 3% a year. And so then I called over, because they're actually very open about, like the technical people at BA.
Right.
And I talked to them about, well, why is that? And they say, well, that we use, when we're making our deflators, we use something called a match model approach.
Yes.
So if something, we sold it yesterday and we're selling it today, then that's like, we look at the price change for that, and that's where we get our deflator. And we don't change the bundle of things that we use the match model approach
for.
It's
bullshit.
Very often.
It's bullshit.
And it turns out that there was at that point a lot of communications equipment produced in the U.S. for developing countries that were kind of like really old-fashioned analog things where you got like Josephine moving the wires and stuff to connect the phone calls.
I'm over it. All right, I can't anymore, guys. I can't. He just wastes my time. Anyway, moving on. Let's take a look and see what's going on CNBC. Alphabet surges to record high today. Damn.
So many times a year ago, I think we were sitting here talking about their monopoly in search being threatened, and now it's a very different conversation. I bring it up all the time, but to the extent that, listen, if it's winner take all, they may have the cost advantage because of their TPUs.
But their AI still sucks.
Chips they use for inference, they design themselves, so they're not as reliant on NVIDIA and therefore not paying as much as some of their competitors have to for the compute that they need to power all of these models. So yeah, it's an interesting time.
All right, let's take a look. Interesting indeed. Google, running up to a brand new high right now, sitting at $3.6 trillion. Guys, bigger than, of course, twice as big as Bitcoin's current market cap, sitting at $1.8 trillion. Ridiculous. Still holding number 8 though. We do have, of course, Amazon above us at $2.3 trillion. Then we got silver at 2.9, almost back to $3 trillion on silver. Google, as we just covered, 3.6. Microsoft at 3.6, and Apple. Google might actually flip Microsoft today, guys. Wow, look at that inverse pattern here on Microsoft versus Google. Money fluctuate, rotating back and forth between those two probably from top four to top 5. Guys, we were just above, just to give you some retrospective, we were just above Google at the beginning of this year in terms of market cap. I think we are all a little too bearish right now.
When will then be now? Soon.
Soon we'll be back above Google, and we'll be in the top four probably next year. That'd be my guesstimate. But this is ridiculous, guys. Apple's sitting above $4 trillion of valuation. Is that a new high for Apple too? That might be. $4 trillion market cap. Nvidia coming back down to 4.5. Some of this probably rotating into the other top three or four tech companies. I mean, this is we're living in a bubble. All the money in the world is just sitting in these 7 companies. It's so stupid. And Meta, I mean, Facebook still bleeding. Look at this. Still bleeding on the day. $1.5 trillion market cap on Meta. I still can't believe Saudi Aramco has flipped. And Broadcom. That's insane. Broadcom too. All right, let's get back into it. What else we got on TradFi? Let's take a look. I think we already ran through everyone. Let's take a look back in crypto news here. Let's jump into Cointelegraph. Let's see what they're talking about this morning. BlackRock leads near $3 billion in Bitcoin November ETF exodus with a record 523 million outflows for, and guess what? MicroStrategy bought that all up in like half a day. Yes, they did.
Satoshi started a fire in cyberspace. Take your fiat currency and feed the fire.
Yep. And they continue to feed the fire. Continue to feed that fire. Oh, feed it so well. Yes, feed it so well. You don't want this silly shit. All right. ETH falls to the buy zone, but volatility averse traders take a wait and see approach. Senator Tim Scott pushes for December vote on the crypto market bill. We already covered that. Institutions lean into crypto despite Bitcoin's price slump. Let's see what else we got here. Markets are slumping. Bitcoin's sitting at 91.7. We've got sinking below 100,000 threshold despite a downward correction in the markets. Institutions continue to adopt digital assets in their operations. In the United States, a major digital asset trading platform, Standard Chartered Bank, had open crypto trading and institutional clients. The derivatives arm and the Singapore exchange is getting digital assets as well, opening up perpetual futures trading in crypto in Singapore. Policy changes have allowed for some firms to offer crypto exchange traded products, ETPs, ETFs, same thing, expanding the availability of crypto related institutional and financial products. Markets are taking a break this week, but institutions are looking long term and expanding their role in the crypto industry. I would say they're probably going to be taking a break here, a longer break. Corporations now control 14% of Bitcoin's supply. Institutions offering Bitcoins or related products, as well as public-private companies holding Bitcoin on the balance sheets, have increased corporate Bitcoin holdings by 14% of the crypto's 21 million supply. Everyone's shaking out, and all the institutions continue to buy it up. Let's take a look and see how CoinGlass is doing with the balance sheets as well, since we're talking about this topic. It's one of my favorite metrics to share with you guys every single day, and that's how many Bitcoin are left on exchanges. The lowest we've seen on record ever. And we're going to zoom on in here and see where we're currently at. Yesterday we're looking at 2.14. We did see a little bit come back on exchanges. Now we're sitting at 2.15. Still the lowest we've seen on exchanges to date. All right. So it's ridiculous, guys. I just can't believe that people keep selling these off, especially Bitcoin is going to be the most scarce asset on earth. All right, what else do we have here? ETFs, countries, and public companies, private equities, all the things, guys. DeFi, number of Bitcoin value today, and the percentage totals by category, ownership by category. Redonkulous. ETFs sitting at 1.5 million Bitcoin. So at the beginning of the year, guys, we were talking about who's going to get to there first. BlackRock's still the closest, although they just lost 800,000. I think they're down to like 799, 798 last time we looked at Bitcoin treasuries. We could take a brief little moment to look at that real quick here. But like I said, Michael Saylor is going to be buying up some huge numbers here in the next few weeks. It seems like 10,000 might be the norm for MicroStrategy. We'll have to see how next week's DCA for them works out. Wow, they're down to 788,000 now. High from 805,000 Bitcoin. So that's MicroStrategy might surpass them by the end of the year now if we continue this rotation from BlackRock back into Strategy. Strategy might be sitting at 700,000 by the end of I don't know about the end of the year. Probably not by the end of the year. By the end of the first quarter next year, maybe 720. It depends on how much they're really getting in the foreign markets. They just launched a bunch of their products in new markets, so they're going to be getting more liquidity from those markets now. Yeah, so that's the dealio. That's the dealio right now with the Bitcoin treasury companies. All right, moving on. What else we got? Why Kohaku is central to Ethereum's 2025 privacy shift. We talked about that. I think it was yesterday morning, or it was yesterday, or maybe it was the night before. I don't remember. But Kohaku is Ethereum's new privacy layer. They're adding to Ethereum after the huge push for privacy tokens here in our space. Ethereum wanted to get on board with that, so they're, of course, jumping on the ship with that. I don't want to go into that again. Globalizing K-Finance stablecoin project takes the Korean won on chain, so it looks like they're going to have another stablecoin. Kenya's new crypto law faces stress test as Bitcoin ATMs appear in malls in Kenya. Of course, Kenya is one of the most crypto adopted nations in the world. What else we have? Anything else? Anything else? Not really. Okay. That's what we got. Let's jump back over to TradFi, and then I want to get to some doom scrolling over unfiltered doom scrolling. Make sure we are caught up on the news. My God, they still have Hasid on there. I really don't want to give him another minute, but I'll try. I'll try.
That you could legitimately worry that inflation is going to come back up, and it's very important to think about why the Fed was unable to control inflation for so long. And it got out of control, and what the Fed can do to signal that that's not going to happen again. I can tell you that what Greenspan did when he saw really reckless spending is that he testified and said, you guys can't do this, that it's going to make it impossible for me to run the Fed and keep inflation under control. And what this set of folks did is they said, oh, it's transitory.
If you were confirmed as Fed chair, would you do that?
I wouldn't say, oh, it's transitory if it wasn't.
So
he's such an asshole.
About inflation, recently President Trump said that he would like to give out these $2,000 checks to low-income individuals by mid-2026. I thought the administration agreed that the stimulus checks during the Biden administration was responsible for some of that inflation we have seen. How do you assess this trade-off of trying to improve the affordability of these low-income, medium, middle-income households who are struggling with these affordability issues versus giving more checks out and perhaps stoking inflation?
Well, obviously the best way to address affordability is to increase real incomes, real wages. Right before the COVID emergency, we had promised, it's kind of like the ranges you and I just talked about. I had promised, based on our modeling, and the president promised in all his speeches, that we'd get about $4,000 of an increase in real wages. And I had actually told him, based on our modeling, it was between 4 and 8. If it was you would have said 6. But he wanted to, under-promise and over-deliver. And then we got the 6 increase in real wages, and so therefore things were affordable. And then for the Biden 4 years, the real wage decline is, depending on which measure you use, $2,500 to $3,000 or a little bit more. And so real wages went down.
I don't know. I really can't. I just can't anymore. I'm over it. I can't give him any more time. He's such a piece of shit. Anyway, moving on. Okay, moving back to. I apologize. I just can't stand him. He's just so smug, and he goes nowhere every time he talks. All right, let's take a look and see what we got on CNBC Live. They are on break. We got Fox Business also on break. Let's go and do some doom scrolling, guys. No, they're actually back here. They're talking about Secretary Duffy's version for transportation golden. They're still talking about New York. Let's see what else you guys got in the chat here. What you doing off camera over there, Otaku? I was trying to fix my my window keeps bleeding into my mask, and my mask keeps disappearing. See, every time I go like that, I was trying to block out some of the light. I sold all cars for Zebek. Wow, 6 months ago. Wow, Braveheart, that's crazy. Dang, a good strategy. I sold my one spare car, a BMW for 540i. Damn, Jake, for cash, and couldn't bring myself to sell the Volkswagen R32. Damn, guys. You guys making some real life-changing money with selling off those cars. Hopefully not my solar battery bank, the McFreedoms. What's cooking at Braveheart McFreedoms? How's it going, Braveheart McFreedom in the chat? CEO at McFreedoms. Go get the Freedom Rib. It's the direct competitor to the McRib. Only for 2,000 sats while supplies last. All right, moving on. What else we got here? Let's go back over to Doom Scrolling. I want to do one more run through TradFi. They still have Hasid over there, wasting everyone's time. We got CNBC. All right, and 3 and 30 Meta platforms still on the downtrend. And we got Fox Business talking about, Bitcoin at the moment.
$5,000. I totally get it that it's useful, but if you have to move $5,000 to somebody else, if Bitcoin's worth 5,000, you need to buy one. If it's worth 50,000, you buy 0.1. And so you can move money no matter what it's worth. But if it's never our money, then all it's worth is what somebody else decides they will pay for it. And what the right value is to move money. And so, now that we have stable coins, just one more step. We have stable coins, they're worth $1, you can move money with them. So why do we really need Bitcoin if you can do that?
Yeah, we've had someone say that on our show several times this week. All right, Brian, next one. Billionaire Bill Ackman. He says he's concerned about jobs. Listen to this.
That was completely nothing. But I am concerned about jobs too. Let's listen to the doom. Let's listen to the doom.
I'm much less concerned about inflation. The world has become a much more expensive place to do business, if you will. Really think geopolitically. Every country around the world is spending, a meaningful percentage of their GDP finally on building national defense. Inflation will be persistently higher than this arbitrary 2% goal. But I'm very comfortable in a world where the United States has 3% inflation. I'm not comfortable in a world where we have a lot of unemployed young people.
Oh, there you see, Brian, he's worried about jobs. I just want to ask you about this because tomorrow we get the September jobs report. Can we trust the jobs numbers tomorrow, bearing in mind the long shutdown?
Well, here's the problem. They come from September, and we already know from ADP
not October.
that the last 4 weeks we've had negative job growth. The last 3 months of ADP have been really weak. I think the jobs picture is getting much worse, and that's why, to go back to your first question, Stuart, has the stock market peaked? I think it has. And this is bubbling up from the bottom. We have record defaults on subprime car loans, and the financial picture for people that didn't have assets going into the inflation doesn't look good because they're paying. This is why affordability is such an issue. And so I think this recession is bubbling up from the bottom. And it's because we've tightened the money supply and we're no longer handing out checks like we did during COVID. You take that away, you take all that COVID stimulus away, and I think we get a slowdown in the economy.
We hear you. Brian Westbury, thanks for joining us. As always, we'll see you again real soon.
All right. Thanks, Stuart.
What is it, about a week, just a bit more than a week to Thanksgiving?
Yes.
Lauren, a week from tomorrow.
Yes, that's today's Wednesday, tomorrow's Thursday. I got it.
You got it?
All this doom, man. I love it. Fox Business keep giving me more doom.
But how much is it going to cost for the turkey dinner this year? How much?
Less. We're spending $55.18, or about $5.50 a person for a table of 10. The American Farm Bureau Federation says it's the third year of price declines. You get your biggest.
I don't know if I believe that.
With the turkey, that's the centerpiece. It's down 16%. If you're a sides person like me, because the turkey is always dry, a box of stuffing costs 9% less. Dinner rolls, 15% less. But the savings sort of end there. If you're putting out a veggie tray, that basically is carrots and celery. That's costing you 61% more. Sweet potatoes, they're also up
61% more.
Declines,
wow, on all produce.
And the cranberries, as
crazy.
you see here. The fresh stuff is what's costing more. You can blame person.
Well, I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the beginning. $55 to serve 10 people Thanksgiving dinner. You don't agree with that, do you?
I think it's
No.
impossible.
Hell no. Yeah, it's bullshit.
I say that every year. Every year
It's
we
bullshit.
do this story. I want where do people shop? But if you buy the frozen items and keep it simple, I guess you can do it.
Maybe they go to a government-run grocery store. Who knows?
Oh, wow.
I love the Doom this morning. Let's go. Fox Business.
Obama's suggestion that
Oh,
America
God.
isn't ready for a female president. Oh, wow.
All right, I'm done with the rest of the nonsense. So let's take a look at some doom scrolling, guys. Check out back with you guys in the chat. If you guys haven't already, please don't forget to like and subscribe down below. We are out of the studio right now for, of course, the trip down in Florida. Yes, we'll be down in Florida possibly for the rest of the year. Haven't decided yet, but it really depends on the market, really. Yeah. So how are you guys doing in the chat? We're gonna do some unfiltered doom scrolling here over on X on my personal account. So you guys haven't already, of course, hit the like and subscribe here. Don't forget to check out the Discord on the description down below. Also, what else am I forgetting to show? Guys, we haven't shilled the channel store in a while. Oh, I don't even have the link up here on my laptop. That's why. Okay. I'll have to hit that up later. Anyway, guys, the link for the in the description down in the wow. The link is in the description down below for the channel store, where of course you can pick up a little bit of extra chaos for you after the live. All right, let's see what else we got here. Nearing the lows, says Jake. A bunch of fear mongers. Yeah, everyone, of course. And I think JP Morgan said it best. That the bottom is basically around 94. That's what he was the JP Morgan was calling. I would say about 90 flat is where the real bottom is, and everyone's been buying it all up there by the troves. And yeah, possibly getting another higher low, I hope. Squeezing that out, or it could be more, of course, down to the bottom here, sitting right now at 90,700 on Bitcoin. Still stuck in this squeeze. I have to do it. I don't get an opportunity like do this every day. Holy crap!
Tight like a tiger. Yes.
Tight, super tight.
Yes.
Like a tiger blood, man.
Oh, jeez. This is anyone's game, man. Anyone's game. I would say it's more 60% to the downside than about 40% to the upside. I flipped a coin earlier. It was heads, so maybe we're going to see an upside breakout. I don't know, guys. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. Mine is probably more doom. Just a little bit more doom. Getting closer to the holiday season. It's going to starting to get a little bit slow here for the markets. Okay, let's get back into it, guys. What else we got in the chat here? I paid $16 for a 22-pound turkey on Monday. That's not that bad, right? That's not that bad. Go gadget hopium machine. Braveheart, let's go. Yes. But honestly, I believe retail is broke. We may pick up back in 2026 with tax return. Yes. Hail Marys, liquid boost. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I don't know if a lot of that $2,000 checks are going to go into crypto, though. I think people are going to be really desperate by the beginning of next year. But anyone who's still surviving, it would probably, like myself, a little bit of that might go back into crypto. I got to pay my rent, though. It's probably all going to go to rent. Okay, well, so we got a bunch of fearmongers nearing the lows. Yes, Dylan Crumb says right after the NFL game ended Sunday night, went to CBS, 60-minute interviews talking crypto is a scam. That's ridiculous. Fox Business and a lot of old TradFi, they still think they don't understand our space entirely yet. Trying to do the last big retail shakeout, says Dylan Crumb, 100%. That's what they're doing. Let's see what else we got here on the takeaways on the chat before we get into doom scrolling. Okay, all the cars. Yes, back to all the cars. All right, I think we're good. We're good. All right, guys, doom scrolling here on X. What we got this morning? We got Jim Cramer. Almost feels like a cabal trying to keep Bitcoin above 90K. I like Bitcoin, but I do not like the derivatives created to play it out, a game or it to or mine it. What? Created to play it or a game it or mine it. What? Created to play it or a game it or mine it. What? I don't know what the hell Jim Cramer's talking about. I agree with the derivatives market. I don't like the derivatives market either. I think it's all bullshit paper Bitcoin. Actually, don't take my word for it. Let's take a look. I actually watched this last night, right before bed. If I go to my history here on YouTube, if I can. Where's my history? What the F? Where's my history at? Can I not find my history? History. There we go. Right there. We got Mark Yusko, and I've been complaining about. I haven't heard from Mark Yusko this whole year. I've been saying that I had to find him a few weeks ago. I'm like, what the hell is going on with Mark Yusko these days? Well, he did mention what his hatred for it as well. I think he mentioned it right here.
You have this thought, maybe you agree with me. Looking at the chart of gold, for example, in the last 10 years or so, we didn't have a proper bear market in gold. It has been quite a steady rise. Of course, there were corrections and so on, but relatively minor. On the contrary, with Bitcoin, we see this very up and down sort of pattern, which reflects these boom and bust cycles that we saw since the inception of Bitcoin. So my take is that now the chart of Bitcoin will look more and more similar to the chart of gold, with far less of that up and down that we saw in the past.
I think it's a great point in that...
Talking about diminished returns, my guy.
It's highly likely, Giovanni, that we don't have the same extremes, either up or down, partly because the amount of leverage that people can use has diminished, right? You can't get 100 to 1 anymore. You can get 50 to 1 in some places, and usually it's more like 4 or 5 times. So if the leverage is less, you won't have the extremes. The reason gold doesn't have as much volatility is it's harder to lever. It's a more mature market. It's much larger, right? It's 10 times bigger than the market of Bitcoin. I mean, gold lost a whole Bitcoin in 2 days the other day, right? I mean, it lost 2.8 trillion in 2 days after going up 10 trillion a year to date. And so the law of large numbers says that you're not going to have the same level of volatility because you can't get the same amount of leverage. There's just not as many people that The second thing is gold has been a commodity longer than Bitcoin. And what I mean by that is there's a reason Bitcoin was labeled a commodity, not a security. And it's not a good reason, actually.
Here we go. This is it.
Anything that's a commodity can be manipulated by the largest players in that commodity through the futures market. Well, that's a process known as spoofing, where the big guys, JP Morgan and Goldman and all these other guys in Europe, they are selling futures to compress the price, and they are day trading around it, which is technically illegal, and they pay fines. This is the crazy part. 2 years ago, JP Morgan paid a $940 million fine, almost $1 billion fine.
Yep.
Didn't have to admit any wrongdoing. Commodities and futures markets tend to have this rapid movement. That's a short squeeze. Because when the price is being manipulated, you got all these shorts, they're naked, and somebody starts to buy, whoever that is. This time it was China. China started buying gold. Well, now gold went into a super short covering. So all these guys, JP Morgan, they're having to cover their shorts, and we went from 3,400 to 4,400 instantaneously. Okay, well, now what's happening? Now they're back to shorting again. So now they're not shorting at 3,400, they're shorting at 4,400. And we went from 4,400 all the way back down to 4,000. And so it's that constant process of, spoofing, punctuated by these big short covering rallies. And again, this is that distribution. You got the OGs selling into it for the first time, which is good. We want that. We got fewer new buyers. We still have some, but we have fewer new buyers. And we've got the constant downward pressure from the futures market that's kind of capping prices. So, I think we're going to be stuck in a kind of squishy zone for a while. I don't think we're going to have a massive correction like the last 2 cycles because we never got super overvalued. Do I think it could go down into the 70s? Yeah.
Let's say that someone who is watching got into the Bitcoin space.
All right. So I just wanted to give you an update from Mark Yusko. I did find him. He's still alive. Oh, it's crazy. Yeah, so I'm definitely happy to see Mark Yusko come out and talk about Bitcoin. He did say his long term, maybe we don't hit 1 million by 2030. He's like, maybe it's more like 50,000 or 500. I'm sorry, 500,000. But yeah, he's got a little bit more of a longer time horizon than I even do, honestly. That's of course Mark Yusko. Investor, Morgan Capital. All right, moving on. What else we got? Back in here, Jim Cramer, of course, that's why we got into this, because we are talking about the derivatives markets and it's a highly manipulative market. And that's why I don't really like futures. I don't think we should have futures in crypto at all. It's silly. It's mundane and, obsolete. One Bitcoin's one Bitcoin. What are we doing? What are we freaking doing with this fake shit? All right, moving on. The Empire Manufacturing Survey. What else we got here on my, doom scrolling over here? Michael Saylor, of course, teases everyone, says, never back down, never surrender. With, of course, Bitcoin. What else we got? Breaking: New Hampshire approves launches the first ever Bitcoin-backed municipal bond. The U.S. is embracing Bitcoin every state at a time. If you guys haven't checked that out in a while, it's been a while since we did. Here, Bitcoin laws. I'll show you Bitcoin laws, of course. Well, we can go to the state reserve race where you can see all of the states pushing for pro-Bitcoin laws. These are the SBRs particularly. We have Arizona, New Hampshire, Texas, and they have already been approved for Bitcoin strategic reserves, right? So they're going to have Bitcoin on their balance sheet for these states. And then, of course, we have some of these still on the running. Florida got knocked out again. Damn. So they're going to have to start over again. I think Pennsylvania was in the lead a few months ago. They also got knocked out. Maybe next year. A lot of these bills right here are either dead or they are loading. A lot of other states are still looking pretty green, orange, still looking pretty orange. We don't have Tennessee yet. We don't have, Idaho. And we don't have Nevada. There's only 3, in Alaska. There's only, Rhode Island. Looks like Rhode Island down in there as well. So we're only missing about 4 or 5 states here in the United States that have not enacted some sort of positive pro-Bitcoin legislation in their jurisdiction. So yeah, pretty cool stuff, guys. If you want to play around with that, again, the website's called bitcoinlaws.io. I think it's been a while since we shared it on the channel. All right, so what else we got? We got just in Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong. This one actually looks new. Let's see what he says.
Hey everyone, Brian Armstrong, Coinbase CEO here. I'm in the halls of Congress, back again, pushing for market structure legislation. We've seen a lot of progress since I was last here. We've now seen draft text shared by the Senate Ad Committee. Senate Banking is also working nights and weekends to get the next iteration of their text out. So we've got a good chance, I think, of a markup for this bill in December, hopefully get it to the president's desk shortly thereafter. This would be a big milestone to get crypto unlocked with clear rules in the US, which would benefit all companies. But of course, Coinbase wants to be a top crypto company, so we're working hard on product in the meantime as well. And December 17th, we've got our product event, which you can tune in on the live stream to see everything we've been building in the second half of this year. Thanks all of you for continuing to show up and contact your representatives and keep pushing for clear rules for crypto in the United States. We will keep doing our part here as well to try to make it happen. Thanks so much.
Damn. So yeah, that's about the same update we got earlier. Looks like they're still aiming for now in December to get this thing finalized and on the president's desk, hopefully by the end of the year. Breaking: Larry Summers resigns from OpenAI board over Epstein ties. So yeah, we got more of that. You just can't keep him out of the damn news. Oh God, I don't want to get into all that. Doom scrolling here, guys. We're trying not to get banned today. Just 95% of all the Bitcoin bought in the last 155 days is now underwater, higher than COVID. 92% and FTX 94%. That's ridiculous. 95% of all Bitcoin bought in the last 155 days is underwater. That's crazy. We got better than ever today as a warm-up act for Natalie Brunell. As we both talk about Bitcoin with Payne, will never want to hear what she had to say. This is actually as of yesterday. Bitcoin erases gains for the year. Did they have Sailor on there? I think we covered this one yesterday. I'm pretty sure we talked about this one yesterday. All right, moving on. But they had Natalie Burnell, of course, she's a avid Bitcoin advocate for our space as well. Let's see what she had to say. Looks like she's kind of bouncing off what Sailor was saying yesterday.
It's under pressure like this, you get a lot of heat. What are you telling people right now?
Well, I let people know that I've been in this space since 2017. And since then, we've seen about a dozen drawdowns of 25% or more, 6 that were 50% or more, and 3 that were 75% or more. I'm still
standing. You were nervous on that 75%, right?
You know, I was buying up as much as I possibly could. I was hoping it would dip under 10K. But you know what? If you're nervous, you actually don't understand it enough. Because if you understand Bitcoin, then you actually celebrate these opportunities to buy on the dip. So if you don't know enough, get my new book.
Okay, we're going to talk about your book in 1 second, but what is it though? What is it that you can't, in the financial world, I can't say the word guarantee, but it sounds like you feel like the return, the ultimate story, the ultimate value proposition is guaranteed in your mind.
That's right. I think that Bitcoin has the superior properties that make for a great form of money, a great asset that we can invest in over the long term. You know, I know you talk about companies in the S&P 500 all the time. The average lifespan is about 20 to 30 years. This is the 100-year investment. And I think for the average person, which is really my target audience, for the average person, it's been so hard to accumulate capital, to have a seat at the table. We have such an incredible wealth divide, and Bitcoin allows us to catch up. It has for me. It has for all these people that I've met. It has for Michael Saylor, who found new purpose through Bitcoin, and I think it will do so for billions of people around the world.
And there you go. There you go. One of the original blockchain babes, Natalie Burnell on Fox Business. What else we got here? NASA engineers have developed a method to extinguish fires using low-frequency sound waves. That's insane. Are you kidding me?
From up to 10 feet away, and even prevent fires from starting in the first place. They do require a special kind of speaker, as most speakers can't produce these deep bass tones at the high pressure required to
Science. Now we're just kind of robots running around with sound extinguishing fires. Crazy. The guy just rugged half of the prediction markets. If you guys didn't catch, I'm not sure if this is particular to the energy sector, but they just had a panel last night. I guess for them it would have been yesterday morning. For Saudi Arabia and picking up most of the power grid required for AI. Let's see what we have here. What's what we got?
Thank you again, Mr. President. And also,
I can barely hear this.
Here, someone told me that there is some of the bidding sites that they are bidding on me wearing black suits, and if you bid on me wearing black suits, I'm coming here with the black suits, they're gonna get almost 17x. So I want to tell them sorry, you lose the bid.
Geez, playing the prediction markets. Okay. Talking about poly market. What else we got here? Just in world's most profitable hedge fund Resistance Technologies just disclosed to holding 225,000 strategy shares. More companies, of course, getting some exposure where they can, because not all of them can, of course, have Bitcoin on the balance sheet. So they're going through strategy, of course, as well. The White Rabbit podcast is talking about stop using Facebook. Everyone's, of course, tracking you, yada, yada. We know how that story goes. What else we have here? Anything else? 95% of the 21 million Bitcoin has officially been mined as of this week. Guys, only 5% of the Bitcoin supply is left to be mined. And the big takeaway here is 2035. By 2035, there's only going to be 1% left to be mined. 2035. So keep that number in the back of your head, guys. Way woo! Oh no! Talking about getting banned this morning. Much low IQ. Nika, I still not appreciate how much trouble their butthole be in. I explained. Japan people believe inflation soon increase. Sell Japan treasury bond and buy other asset with more higher pay. Lower treasury price mean treasury yield go higher. Bank loan out money. Oh no! Bank loan out money. Calculate interest and equation. Treasury yield plus a premium risk. This means higher treasury yield, higher is for bank loans. Much investor take out Japanese loan for buy American asset. Now buy interest much higher. Investor needs sell American asset to pay back yen. Also, an investor no money for invest company operation expense. Tomorrow your company fire you because no money. No money. They fire you. You go home, tell wife, hello wife, we broke, no money. Your wife disappoint. Tear fall from face, she yell, but we have baby to feed. You be determined to make money. You set up camera, you open legs, your butthole, and OnlyFans. Now you understand? Yeah, guys, Japan's about ready to blow up the entire world market. Japan's 30-year bond yield jumps above 3.3% in the first time in history, and it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. All of everyone's 401ks, man, are going to be in pain. Oh my God, my friend, open your ear most wide. Japan, you'll go very, very bad news. This price of mean. We all soon have be OnlyFans slut. Soon sell picture a butthole for make money. Yeah, of course we covered this one. I think it was the other night. Yeah, that's crazy, guys. So that's the latest and greatest from Weiwoo, finally showing up in my my feed again. That's nice. Just attempting to get banned here on YouTube with a little bit of fun. We making first payment of 50-year mortgage. What in the hell? Wow. What the hell am I even looking at? This is a giant silo over in the east, I am assuming, where they just dumping, I don't know, this into a pit. I don't know what the hell this is I'm looking at. Oh, jeez. 50-year mortgages, you're never going to pay them off. Basically, you're never going to fill up. You're never going to fill it up. Okay, Scott Besson says every child born after January 1st will get a Trump account. You guys, you haven't heard about this entire play on the Trump accounts. Yeah, of course, Trump will be, of course, opening an account for every U.S. national born, and I think it'll actually redact. It'll go back to this year as well. So next year, I believe it'll start from 2025. One of the things that are going to happen next year is Trump's accounts. Every child who's born January 1st for the next 3 years is going to get a government account that goes back into the stock market. So every child born for the next 3 years, starting January 1st, is going to have that. So you can take it out when they're 18 years old. They're going to have learned from the power of compounding. They're going to also be benefiting from a lot of financial literacy around that. I don't know. I mean, I think you're just going to give them another crutch. Really, I don't think they're really going to learn too much about investing in the stock market just by having this account. I'm not sure if parents are even going to know about it. Number one, most people don't even watch the news anymore. Most people don't even know this is even happening. I mean, we've talked about it a lot, but I mean, if I ask my family if they've heard about this yet, I'm sure about 70% of them have never heard about it. Anyway, the reason I saw this kind of disastrous election in New York is that young people don't think I'm not sure why they're rolling that into New York. Yeah, the Mandami thing. Anyway, moving on. What else we got? Anything else? Raul Paul. Our bits of way of life is declining from printing dollars to government programs. Trump is simply throwing Hail Marys with the government programs in an attempt to maintain our declining lifestyles. Inevitably, the money printing will catch up to us, and America is going to be the new Weimar Republic? I'm not even familiar with this one. I would have used maybe like Venezuela or something as an example. The Weimar Republic. Historical period of German state from the 9th of... this is talking about World War I era type stuff. The Weimar Republic. Never heard of it. German state from the 9th of November to... It's a tiny period. I wouldn't compare this to that at all. We're talking about the collapse of a giant empire, right? Like Greece or Rome. We've been, of course, America's been older, just about 100 years old using the U.S. dollar. Okay, I think we're 104 years using the dollar, something like that. Don't go out and make 18 kids with different moms in the next 3 years, guys. You might want to stay safe. Don't do anything stupid. All right. Anything else we got here? I think we're running into basically the same news. I think we might have already exhausted the news now. Let's do one more run through TradFi, making sure nothing else is breaking, and then head out for the day. Got to go run a mile too, guys. We got Elon Musk here. Wow. And Huang speak at the Saudi Investments Forum right now.
Nation. With that announcement,
Tell
me what's next in AI factories, Jensen?
There's a beautiful story about how Saudi Arabia is building AI refineries and now building AI or oil refineries to AI factories.
I love that.
Was this last night? I think it was last night.
I've said that AI is an infrastructure, and the reason for that, of course, we understand AI from the perspective of the technology and how it's revolutionizing every industry. Digital intelligence, of course, has applications into every field. And so it's going to be used by every company, every industry, every country. In that way, it's foundational, and therefore it's part of infrastructure. What is new about AI from a computer science perspective is that the way computing was done in the past was largely retrieval-based computing. Somebody typed in a story, or somebody created a piece of art, or came up with 4 versions of a digital ad, or it's all pre-built by somebody, which is then using a system to retrieve the appropriate version for you. It's a retrieval-based computing model. Hadoop and many of the frameworks and operating systems of the past, all designed to retrieve the appropriate information for you. But today, software is going to be generated in real time. It's generative. Based on the context, based on the circumstance, based on who you are, based on the problem you asked, based on your prompt, it will generate unique content for you. Every single time, for everybody, it's unique. When you use Grok, every time you use it is different. Just based on the right, based on the prompt that you give it, and based on the circumstance. And
wow,
and so
Juan shilling Grok for Musk in his presence.
Today, it's generative, and if it's generative, then and every time is different, then you need AI factories all over the world to generate the content in real time, which is the reason why you need AI factories. And this is a unique way of doing computation, but the benefit, of course, is that everything isn't preconceived and pre-documented, and it's contextually sensible and therefore intelligent.
So AI factories and robotics, and we heard it yesterday from His Royal Highness, his vision, how to augment our workforce with roughly tens of millions of robotics to be able to infuse the next wave of productivity and progress. But this scares a lot of folks here when it comes to the future of jobs. So let's hear about your thoughts, Elon and Jensen, on that.
Sure. Well, if you say, like, in the long term, where will things end up? Long term, I don't know what long term is. Maybe it's 10, 20 years, or something like that. For me, that's long term. My prediction is that work will be optional.
Optional?
Optional. So...
We'll take that.
And everyone applauses on that. Wow. As Bitcoin, jumps down to 90K.
If you want to work, in the same way, like you can go to the store and just buy some vegetables, or you could grow vegetables.
The Minister for Digital Development and Information.
What work is like, optional. Now, between now and then, there's actually a lot of work to get to that point. And I always recommend people read Ian Banks' culture books to get a sense for what a probable positive AI future is like.
Positive.
In those
Dystopian.
Books, money is doesn't exist. It's kind of interesting. And my guess is, if you go out long enough, assuming there's a continued improvement in AI and robotics, which seems likely, the money will stop being relevant at some point in the future. Now, there will still be constraints on power, like electricity and mass. The fundamental physics elements will still be constraints. But I think at some point, currency becomes irrelevant.
Jensen, any thoughts?
By the way, the NVIDIA earnings call is later today.
And by the
So
way,
I guess this is live.
Cheers.
Elon just wants to share with you some breaking news. The two of us would like to share some breaking news. Let's see. I would say there's different horizons you could look at. Everybody's jobs will be different. I think that's for sure. How the students learn will be different. How people do their work will be different, obviously, because a lot of the things that we do mundanely or arduously or very difficultly are going to be done very simply. And so we're going to be more productive from that sense. One of the things that I will say is that for most people or a company, if your life becomes more productive, and if the things that you're doing with great difficulty become simpler, it is very likely, because you have so many ideas, you'll have more time to go pursue things. It is my guess that Elon will be busier as a result of AI. I'm going to be busier as a result of AI. And the reason for that is because we have so many ideas we want to pursue, so many things that we still have in our backlog inside our company that we can go pursue. If we were more productive, we can get to those things faster. And so in the near term, I would say that there's every evidence that we will be more productive and yet still be busier because we have so many ideas. One thing that I will say, give you some evidence, is that, and I was just telling Elon about this earlier, radiology, for example, has largely been converted to AI-driven radiology, and there's some really great companies doing that. And the surprising thing is the prediction that all radiologists would be the first jobs to go was exactly the opposite. The trend shows that there are more radiologists being hired now as a result of AI. And the reason for that, if you take a step back, it's because the goal of a radiologist is not to study the images. The goal of a radiologist is to diagnose a disease. Now the studying of the images became so productive, they could study more images, study more modalities, spend more time with the patients. And as a result, they're actually accepting more patients. We're doing more radiology all around the world. We're doing a better job with diagnosing disease. And so that's kind of the near-term outcome of AI and productivity. And we'll see what happens long-term. You know, when currency doesn't matter anymore, just, you know, let me know right before.
You'll see it coming.
All right, that was NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang and Tesla CEO Elon Musk speaking at the U.S.-Saudi Investment Forum in Washington.
All right. So it looks like, Bitcoin dumping down to 89K. Not flat, but and some change. 89.8 currently sitting at the bottom of this channel. Yep, still squeezing, guys. Oh boy, what a day! All right, so yeah, we're still squeezing down here. We're gonna lose it again. I gave it a 60% chance of falling down through here today, because the bears are not giving us any room. They're just continuing to sell off when we of course bounce our head off of this bear trend. So that's seeming like it's going to continue throughout today. So again, guys, I think that might be all we got. I was trying to fix my green screen. It keeps throwing off here as the day gets brighter and brighter. I'm fighting a window right now, so I might have to cover that window up or something. But anyway, guys, have a great night. I think that's all we got. We pretty much exhausted the news today. Jacob Sig says, Otaku alarm, what lets me know when I'm late for work. That's awesome. It lets me know that I'm late to run as well. Caesar saying that XCN is going to pump 20 to 30%. We shall see, says Danny. Definitely we shall see. It's definitely oversold. It's definitely oversold like everything else, but Bitcoin does not recover from this. All the coins are not going to recover from this. Again, everything's still on a bear trend. All right. Don't fade that. All right. Moving on, guys. So, trying to catch up in the chat. Jeez. Fetty Fat, Wap Fire Extinguisher. Blah. Jake the Snake in the chat. When Wu, wants to party, let's tell him no. You gotta protect that virgin hole. Oh my God, Jake. Exactly. What a dystopian nightmare we are going to live in. Elaterus, 100%. You guys, if you are not paying attention, you haven't already heard me do this rant before, welcome to the dystopian future, where of course AI robots are going to be taking over your job. That's right. If you're a driver, a telemarketer, an analyst, a receptionist, a teleworker, or a phone receptionist of any kind, factory worker, customer service representative, they're all going to be replaced by AI if they haven't already been replaced. Looking at you, Strawberry Dragons, in the chat. Guys, it's coming soon. Again, your friends, especially your romantic loved ones, are not an exemption to this rule. They're going to be replaced in the bedroom as well with robots that can do positions beyond your your wildest imaginations. So anyway, guys, I had to do that segment before we head out. Have a great day, and yeah, stay safe out there. Don't do anything stupid. This is HODL. Again, some of the best times to just sit here and wait.
What are you, stupid?
I'll leave you guys with that. Have a good one, guys, and I will see you again soon, 8 p.m. Eastern, with the foreign market open. Have a good one. Later. Later.
Fly me to the moon. Let me trade among the stars. Let me see what freedom's like without money and gold bars. In other words, bold Nike